farm down by the river, and I found a new love. Her name is Rebecca. She's here with me now. There she is. There's my lady. What, my lady? I'm sharing her with Malcolm. So I've just not tore it off, eased off the bloody transom, and because it was all rotten. The top deck's alright, the front deck's knackered as well, so I've sanded back most of this top deck and I'll give that a coat of paint now, and then I'm going to sand all the wooden bits down and give it a varnish, all the rails, and yeah, it's got quite a bit of rot on it, but we're going to give her one more voyage this year. So this is my job this week, is refurbishing this boat while the weather's nice. So it's quite a pleasant day. I've been down here for a few hours, and yeah, that's Rebecca. Okay, so tonight I'm going to do some cooking. Going to make just basic tuna with veggies. Did I say tuna? Pasta with like veggies and stuff. I've done some work today on the farm, and Miriam gave me a tin of tuna fish she had in the cupboard and stuff. She's like, oh, would you like these? And I was like, yeah. So that was nice. So I'm gonna make a nice big meal. And tomorrow I'm gonna be fixing up the boat, so in the summer we can go sailing, which I'm thoroughly looking forward to. Now, first of all, chop this. Onions going. Next, garlic. Garlic, man. Give them a bit of a beating. Always helps. And then, ideally, because they're all crushed up, the skin just falls off. And great thing about cooking outside, just chuck everything on the floor. Doesn't really matter. You know what? Don't really care. Like it's gonna make a mess, is it? Doesn't matter. Right, get these bad boys carved up. Getting this nice. It's just a cheap jack Anglo arms. I think it costs about 12 quid, 10 quid. I'll tell you what, it's hella sharp. It does all tasks really well. Cooking, carving. Right, now, leftover from last night. Should have shown you what I ate last night, because that was pretty good too. Pasta and whatnot. Rice last night, sorry. With chorizo, peppers, garlic, chili. And I made a bannock. I'm not going to have a bannock tonight. It's a bit rank. Bit slimy. Look at this blade, man, it's brilliant. For just a cheap jack, multi-purpose camping knife. Ideal, you know, cost me 10 quid. I know people that spend hundreds of pounds. Don't get me wrong, they're very good knives. And like, you know, personalised, with a personalised hilt or a bone or antler hilt. Don't get me wrong, beautiful, but if you're skint like me, then you can have a good old time with a £10 knife. Just chilly. There she blows. You get spring. So there's the finished article. Pasta, tuna sweet corn with onions, peppers, garlic and chilli. A couple of gherkins on the side and some cracker bread to, don't know, give it a bit of texture. So on the last video, I watched it back and I got caught out on a few things. One was hocking and spitting, which someone picked me up on and said, that's pretty gross, dude, you should stop doing that. So yeah, I've taken that on board, so no more hocking and spitting. And the other one was someone picked me up on was scratching my nuts on camera. Yeah, it was a bit stupid, eh? So, point taken. No more ball scratches on camera. Busted. Subconscious. Didn't even realise what I was doing. But we live and learn. Cheers. Hope you enjoyed this episode. It was just cooking and a little bit of the boat. And yeah, bit of camp life really. More than like genuine sort of bushcraft stuff. Just the way I live day to day. Cheers. Peace out. Look at these guys. Yeah, you're camera shy. So these are my 3 local horses I feed. Oh, that was a bit silly. You stuffed yourself there, didn't you? This big one's a beauty. Look at it. Nom nom nom. You want more? You're funny, you make me laugh. You make me laugh. Okay, here's the scene. Here's Rebecca. Now I'll just give her a few more coats. She's an old bird. There's the gel coat I did on the decks. Right, let's get on. It's a bit tentative. Right, it's starting to go off. This stuff was like 5 years out of date, so I'm hoping it takes. It should go off. Might just take a little while, so we can stand on there without going through the deck. So it was all, as you can see, those patches there where it wasn't rotten, it was just weather beaten. bit like that there. Just you know, had a few years under the belt, so to speak. Well, making repairs to a boat is very much like making love to a beautiful woman. First of all, you've got to strip her down to the bare essentials, then rub her back before mixing up your paint and splashing it all over her liberally. Here's a nice thing about springtime in the UK. This is wild garlic, or otherwise known as ramsons, and they're amazing. So tonight I'm going to be making meatballs and pasta. So I've got a beef burger, so I'm going to break the beef burger up and turn it into meatballs, and I'll put a bit of chorizo in there, and then right at the end of cooking I'm going to get a handful of these. That'll do, it's about a handful. Chop them up and garnish the whole thing with this, and just stir it through the pasta. So that should be yummy, because they're really quite pokey, they're quite garlicky. So this is where I do my studying. At the back of my book here, we've got ramsons. Allium ursinum. Allium ursinum. Allium ursinum. Ramsons. Cooking dinner again. Pasta. These jars are super handy. You're staying long term anywhere. So I've got this beef burger. All I'm going to do is break it up and roll it into balls. This is how I like to cook. Need to wash my hands. I haven't done any hot water yet. Never mind. Got water there. Don't need water for now. I don't need any more water. I don't need any more water, so I can use that to wash my hands after touching this raw meat. There we go. Meatballs. I'm going to come back and wash my hands. Woo! Flambe. Get on, boy. You like the meatball flambe. I'll chuck a bit more in there. I love my oil. The cool thing about cooking on a fire, that heat's going to die away now. That was just the intense heat from the flame. As you can see, it's already just starting to simmer down a bit. Now I can get that intense heat back just by chucking on a couple of thin sticks. But it's interesting, it's sort of got its own timing and its own life to it. If you learn how to work with the fire and get your timings right, it's actually really easy to cook on an open fire. Just chopping up a bit of garlic. which I'll add to the mix in a minute. Then I'm going to show you how to open a tin of tomatoes bushcraft style. This is how you open a tin of tomatoes in the wild. Well, not in the wild, but when you haven't got a tin opener and you've got a big ass knife. Obviously the knife hates this, but that's why you've got a sharpening stone. It's actually cutting through. There we go. That's how you open a tin of tomatoes with a big old knife. As you can see, that heat now is really reduced, which is perfect. Alright, now in goes chorizo and the chili. Alrighty, I think my pasta is basically done. Ow! So I'm going to move this onto the hot end and the pasta onto the cool end. Got a double hob mechanism here. Right, next, basil. Nice handful of basil. Oregano. If you're watching from America, it's oregano, man. I'm easy. Just a bit of salt. Cornish sea salt, my boy. Can't beat it. Now, 5 minutes before serving, just gonna chuck in all those greens. Stir them through, they'll wilt down like spinach, turn to nothing really. They might impart a little bit of flavour. But if you want to get flavour out of them, you're better off eating them just raw in a salad. Service waiter. There we go. Lovely bit of pasta. Do it on the floor. Just take them off so it looks good. And this is perfection. Bit juicy. Should have took the lid off and let it. I think I'll send it dry. Things dry out quick and then it didn't. But never mind. There's plenty of flavour in there. Excuse me. Okay. Cheese grommet. Nice bit of cheddar. have it. I hope you can see that at home or wherever you are. Oh! It's a bit of a juicy one. Like I say, there's plenty of flavour in it, so get some of these out. Bit of added texture on the side. Bon appetit. That's what I'm talking about. Not just camping, but gourmet munchies. Well, my nose was running. That was spicy meatballs. And as you can see, the plate has it's not got any meatballs left on it at all. I went feral. Anyway, it's time to put some water on, do the washing, and wash my face, because if you saw my face, I'd have meatballs all down my face and the tip of my nose. That was unbelievably good. In 2 minutes 50, look at all the firewood. I'll be back to that in a minute and process it. I'm going to go and cook my dinner now. Take a few little bits of that ivy that I snapped off, and maybe a little bit of that hazel. Cook my dinner and then come back, leave this to dry, and then carve it up. Dinner again after a hard day's working on the boat today. A lot of sanding and scraping and then painting. So I've got the top deck painted, excuse me. Today I've got smoke and eyes. So I'm going to do this burger which the lovely Miriam gave me. I wasn't expecting it, but she said, "Oh, do you want anything?" I was like, "I don't really know. What have you got?" She went, "Oh, another burger." I was like, "Yeah, alright." So well happy with that, thank you Miriam. Another unbelievably awesomely massive meal. Look at the size of the pile of mash. Beans, mash, double fried egg, chorizo, tomatoes, and that's a burger with relishes, gherkins, primrose flowers, primrose leaves, burger, fried onions underneath. Oh yes! Orchids are a protected species. Oh, they've got aphrodisiac properties, eh? Well, there we go. I love books, things you can find out from a book. And there it is. Orchis. Let me try and get